So this video is going to walk you through how to set up a new web page. So the first thing you need to do after logging in is come up to the top right corner here, and you're going to click on the dashboard. It'll open up on the right hand side. Sometimes it takes a click or two. There we go. And then we're going to go to the sitemap. And once you're in the sitemap, you may have to expand this to where you want to add your new page. We're going to go into Events, Fig Homepage, and I want to go to Reenactor Information. And under Reenactor Information, I'm going to add a new page for medic information. So I'm going to do a click on Reenactor Information. It's going to open up a new window. I'm going to add a page. Just going to do an empty page, and then I'm going to call this medic information. And then we're going to publish the page. And you'll see now it's added down here as medic information. From here, I can move it up, and I'm going to move it with the underneath the Provost Marshal. Okay, next I want to do some editing to it. So I'm going to click on medic information, and I'm going to visit the page. And here we are, our nice blank page. So if we want to do some editing, we're going to come up to the edit tool on the left, click on this, and you'll notice that it's full of different empty areas. Now the main ones that we're going to be using is just this empty main area for the time being. When we hover over it, we get the main, and if we click on it, we're going to add a layout. Now what I'm trying to do with the pages at the moment, which actually will change eventually, is do a layout where we have our content on the left hand side and then navigation on the right. At the moment I'm looking at an option where we add a new navigation bar that comes all the way across, and it'll do away with this. But at the moment this is how we're creating our page. So we're going to put two columns, and you'll see that we have two boxes here, and I'm going to slide this one all the way to the right and then slide it back 1, 2. Okay, then I'm going to take this box, slide it all the way over to the right, and then click on Add Layout. And this gives us our format for adding different parts to the page. Now over here on the right hand side, we're going to add the navigation, and what you're going to want to do is go to one of the pages that are already set up, and you're going to copy the navigation from that to your clipboard. And all you would do is click on it, and you would actually can't do that yet. So anyway, we come over here to the content. We're going to click on column. We're going to add a block, and you're going to click on content. And this is where we can type in any information, add images. So to start off with, in the center here, I'm going to type in medic information. And come down a line, we're going to align to the left with our next line. Now what I've been doing as the main heading for all of our pages is highlight it, come over to here to custom styles, and we can click on title caps bold, and so it gives us our new heading. We can go ahead and we can type in any information. At the moment I'm not going to put any in, but that's where you go ahead and type in any information. You can also add an image or insert image, and we'll search for the image. We have all sorts of files that are uploaded at the moment, and in another video I'll show you how to upload files. There's a lot in here, but I know that I want to add an image of Rob Riley, and he's part of the Fig staff. So in here where it says file sets, I can click here, I will go to Fig staff, and it narrows down when I click on search to all of the pictures that I have set aside as Fig staff into that set. And if I scroll down, and you find a picture of Rob, we'll click on him, we'll click on save, And it now puts an image of him in there. Now, what I've been doing when we've been creating the website is making sure that it's PC friendly, but also friendly for use on phones. And what we'll need to do with this image, if I click to the left of it, you can center. This way, when we view it on a phone, the images come up stacked above each other and they will be nicely centered on the phone. We can check that. Let me click on Save here. We can check to see what it looks like on a phone by coming up to our settings here and come down to Mobile Preview. I can look to see what it looks like on an iPhone 6. And here we go, Rob's nicely in the center of the page. If we hadn't, he would have been over on the left. I can click to see what it looks like on a Samsung and on the iPad. To come out of that, we'll click on the settings icon, and we're now back to here. Now over here, for column 2, I'm going to add a block. Now, because I already have saved this to my clipboard, what I can do is I can go to Blocks, drop this down, okay, click on Clipboard, and I can click on the navigation bar, which I've already saved to my clipboard, and it'll put it in here. So what I suggest before you start creating pages is if you go to a page that's already been constructed, come into Edit, click on the block, and you can copy to clipboard, and then it always stays in the clipboard. You can log in and out, and it'll always stay on the clipboard until you go in and delete it. Now what I've been also doing is avoiding using tables within a page. So if I've added 3 pictures in a nice row coming across, what I've done is instead of inserting a table, which gets kind of awkward to kind of set up and there's no spacing, what I'll do is I'll click on column 1. I'm going to add a layout. I'm going to make it 3 pictures wide, and I would never do more than 3 pictures wide. I'm going to click on add layout, and then into each one of these I can then add the content. What will happen, as you've seen with the allied command and the axis command, is that if you view this on a PC, these 3 will stay here. However, if you view it on a phone, these will then come underneath each other and makes it easier for viewing. This block here will also be on top, and our navigation will appear at the bottom. Like I said, I will be changing navigation hopefully soon, but this is how we're going to do it for the time being. Also, any pictures which I've uploaded for headshots, I've cropped them ahead of time so that they measure 200 pixels by 200 pixels and a resolution of 72. Any images that I've put up, I've always made smaller so they load up quicker when people are looking at them on devices, and it uses less data and just makes it a lot easier for navigating around the website. Okay, so hopefully we've been able to make our page. If you want to, if you've got lots of pictures, you can also add in column 1. I'm going to add a block. This time I'm not going to do it from clipboard, I'm going to do it from the blocks. There is a horizontal line. I can click on that horizontal line. And it now puts a line that comes across, so it helps kind of divide those pictures up. At any time I can also take this and I can drag it and place it where I want it to be. The lines kind of go a little bit thicker in the area that I'm going to drop it, and I've dropped it in. It's just a nice way of breaking up the page a little bit. Otherwise the pictures do run into each other. Once I've made my page, I am going to come up to here, and if I still need to keep working on it, I don't want people to see it, I'm going to click on Save Changes. But if I'm ready for the world to see it, I'm going to click on Publish Changes, and it's going to be out there. At the moment, I'm not going to save it, so I'm just going to click on Discard, and hopefully And hopefully this is going to help you when you come to make your next page.